Okay, now this next technique involves some mixing again. I've taken the gold embossing paste, which is really gorgeous all by itself. It's got a beautiful pearlescent sort of golden shine to it. But I've kicked it up a notch by adding some goldfinch mica powder. So we're going to take that, smooth it into this beautiful checkerboard here. Again, I mixed it right onto my craft sheet. Works really well. Okay. One last pass over it. Take off any excess. Make sure our surface is nice and smooth and pretty. Now I have to say, on some of the ones I've done, I've let the surface be somewhat, not modeled really, but left some texture to it, didn't smooth it down as much, and that is a really pretty effect as well. So we're going to lift off our tape again here. This would make a really nice background for a card. Cut it down to the size that you need. Again, you want to wash your stencil right away. And when this dries, you have this amazing gilded golden embossed piece. It's nice and raised, the edges are nice and crisp, really, really beautiful. Here's another technique I wanted to show you. This will give you a modeled effect. I've used a crafter's template again. I've smoothed on some black glossy embossing paste. There's also a black matte, but this is the black glossy. And I'm just going to dip my brush into the mica powders and tap, and this will send them kind of sprinkling down. And I've got 3 different colors here. I have Ivy Garden, Kimono Red, and Eye of the Tiger. And I'm just sprinkling them sort of from higher up add a little bit of the Eye of the Tiger. And again, I'm doing this while the embossing paste is still wet. So that it is going to stick to your paste. You want to work sort of quickly. You don't want it to dry onto your stencil. So you have a lot of loose powder, that's fine. Don't worry about it. You can't brush it off while it's wet. So we're just going to carefully peel up our tape. Lift our stencil. And then we're going to let this dry. It needs to dry completely before you brush off that extra powder. And then once you've done that, you can use just a soft brush. I have this. I used to use it for colored pencil dust. Or you can use a Swiffer. That also works really well to get that powder off. Here's what you'll end up with. So you can see, gives you a nice shimmery mottled effect. Multiple colors. which I think is really cool. And now I have two more things I want to show you, little techniques to use your mica powders and embossing